It's minicamp and OTA season, and today we're looking at the Chicago Bears, getting another look at Caleb Williams, throwing the ball to DJ Moore, Odunze, the other guys there. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're looking at clips from rookie camp, minicamp, OTAs, training camp, workouts, interviews, whatever we can find to see what these players are doing behind the scenes. Your rookies, your vets, guys coming back from injuries, guys you're drafting in fantasy. It's all right here. Click that button. Stop missing out. We're looking at Caleb Williams again because we got more clips. I had these sitting ready to go in the chamber to lock and unload here for Memorial Day on top of the ones I already have. 2 minutes, 21 seconds. We're going to let it rip. We're going to loop it and keep talking ball, but there we are. There we are. Heard some interesting stuff. Now, I wouldn't say media, but a radio show that came across my timeline the other day. I thought it was interesting. These radio shows around these teams. There we are with Odunze. Odunze is a player that a lot of people are expecting to break out this year. DJ Moore is nasty. DJ Moore is nasty. You've been a fun wide receiver to root for over these years. Very twitched up. Very twitched up wide receiver. So this one was posted by the Bears account, and it seemed old to me, but I just went with it. Here's him back at practice. Look at the sweat shorts. I kind of think those are cool. And another thing I noted last time, I like the indoor facility. I think that's nice. Do you think Odunze is breaking out this year? I can make this case to where he's not and still paint the Bears in a positive. Like, you got Colston Loveland, you got Luther Burden, DJ Moore stays healthy and commands a great target share, and there's just too much to spread around. Odunze looks good, but it's not enough to get over that threshold, but he flashes well. The opposite of that is Luther Burden still developing. He's dealing with a soft tissue injury right now. Colston's a rookie. It takes rookies time to develop. Odunze flashed a little bit in certain moments last year. It's an indicator that we can build on top of that, and we just develop going forward, and we have a good second year. So there's two different positive portraits of one of him hitting, one of him not hitting. The third one's an obvious of bad play, so I don't really sit at the negative too much. Yeah, the negative's always just obvious, so why just sit in it? So really, what I like about this team is we're building the offensive line. We retooled that. And then on top of that, we added Luther Burden. We got him free in the draft pretty much. You got a first-round prospect in the second round. And then on top of that, you Colston Loveland, who's good against the seam. Kyle Mana guy there too, late in the draft. That guy's got good vision. He's a good bowling ball out there. But the interesting thing from this radio station, it's a popular one. I don't know the name of it. I don't know who was talking. But I can tell it was like a clickbait clip. And they said he was looking for Caleb Williams to be out for 3 years. And I think that's a rather interesting take. And I think it's a take that just screams kind of like a clickbait response, and I think it's going off of the news material that came off the pre-draft notions that were out a few days ago. But what I'm looking at here with Caleb Williams and with how this team is built, I say if we don't take the step forwards in the next 2 years and you're not feeling good, and I'm not saying killing it in the playoffs or anything like that, if you're not having warm fuzzies in 2 years, then that's probably your indicator. I think you got good potential, though. I think you're looking at the coaching staff. I think you're looking at what was asked upon him. I think for what was around him, too, and everything else, because you had wide receivers nicked up with injuries. You had some weirdness there. And on top of that, you got to give him grace because he's a rookie. You got to give him... Actually, for a rookie quarterback, it wasn't bad. I remember in season talking fantasy about Caleb Williams is the main thing week to week is well, he's a rookie. He's going to rookie. You don't know what you're going to get, but he's packing a lot of upside every week. You're either going to catch a lot of upside or a lot of downside, and that's due to the rookie blues. And that's what we were calling week to week with his fantasy football forecasts, because there were games that he was able to push it downfield and connect. He was one of the top quarterbacks in the league in deep ball rate. Depending on what site you're using to collect the numbers. Honestly, one of the top quarterbacks in the league when it came to just pushing the ball downfield. Not talking about the accuracy, just the attempts. Because when I'm talking about that, those are higher acuity attempts. Harder attempts to convert, because it is. You got safety over top. It's deeper, so it's harder to get that shot to fit in there. Usually, you're waiting for the play to open up a little bit longer. Maybe a little rush is coming your way. Offensive line had to get retooled this offseason for a reason, too. There's a lot of different things. The offensive line getting retooled this offseason is another indicator, like, reason why he wanted to go to another team, like the Vikings in the draft. That was mentioned, I believe. I'm trying to remember right. That was a bit ago. I don't focus on negative things. I just don't focus on that. Look at those hands. Look at those hands. Like, I'll say it once and you just gotta hear it. But there's those hands. Sticky hands. DJ Moore is a solid vet. I don't think we appreciate DJ Moore like we should. I don't think we do. He's had an interesting career. He did well at Maryland. Big time recruit coming out of high school. Caleb Williams, decorated recruit coming out of high school. I don't think people really remember that. And we go to Oklahoma. Now, and at Oklahoma, I'll tell you this about Caleb Williams. At Oklahoma, there's Spencer Rattler there, former 5-star recruit. Spencer Rattler having a good year, doing good in the starts, doing good in the start of things. Then he had that atrocious season. But Williams, so confident in himself, it didn't matter to him. He said it didn't matter. He says he was better no matter what. He was going to be better than Rattler no matter what. He was going to be better than Spencer Rattler no matter what. But he was very confident about that. Then Rattler falls off the face of the planet at Oklahoma. And Williams has to step in. Steps in, looks good. Of course, we transfer to USC. Both quarterbacks leave. Oklahoma can't keep a 5-star. And then they leave. And then he goes to USC. And we have some good moments there. We make some big plays. And then we have the cold streak that we mentioned. And maybe it could be like that throughout our career. Maybe we have these hot streaks where we look immaculate. And maybe we have these cold streaks. Or maybe, like I said during that time, that maybe this is a foreshadowing of Lincoln Riley and he's not the QB whisperer or that special coach that we're expecting to see. And that's going to come to a head, either one of those two things. Like, I talk in a range of outcomes, so that kind of annoys people because they want to be told what to do. But I try to keep it positive. I try to talk about as many outcomes as possible. So it's weird because everybody wants a hot take and I'm just talking in all different angles. But what I like about this team is you got a good offensive line. You got a retooled offensive line, however you want to call it. Odunze, first-round wide receiver that's flashed a little bit. Some people say he didn't flash at all. But if you're covering these games week to week and you play this week to week and you look at this week to week, he's flashed. He's flashed when you're living in those trenches. He's done it. Especially when you're looking at targets in games, opportunity in games. That's enough flash for me. DJ Moore's always that old warhorse stud. Luther Burden's going to turn heads. Let him get healthy. Let him get right. Let's get to training camp. Going to turn heads. Colston Loveland, the best receiving tight end in the draft. He's going to help him on the team. Give him grace, though. The tight end position usually gives these guys a few extra years to develop. Usually takes them a little extra time to develop. That's what I'm trying to say. That kind of came out weird. Kyle Monaghan is a good sleeper. Like, they killed this draft. And I told you guys coming in, like, we were doing mock drafts, and we were doing a 7-round mock draft every Sunday. And I told you with how they were slated with their picks that they were going to kill this draft. They were going to do it very good. And they did. It's just where the picks were at. They just had potential. Unless they were not studying, there's no way they weren't going to kill this draft. I believe they did very well in this year's draft. I think they did. I think this is a team that's on the verge of turning things around. Changing coaching staffs. Every move has been good. We just got to stay healthy. Things just got to stay together. Things just can't come unglued. Everything's looking good for this team. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Be sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.